Alright, so we are underway, and Link's house has the power glove. Great way to start off for both of the runners. Always nice to find early. And it looks like they are both heading up to the escape section to check out what the uncle might have. Triple bombs, not a bad triple. Always nice to have some extra bombs under your belt right away. Saves you from having to buy some when you get to Kakariko Village. And Blaine, thank you for the 499 CB game. We appreciate that. And the uncle just has a little bit of pocket change today. And just some more bombs in the escape chest. So not too much down in this section right now. So this is a normal mode standard difficulty. So you're gonna find your magical sword, golden sword. You're gonna find your riot shield, all that good fun stuff. The red mail, all that's gonna be in here. So we're not gonna be playing with any of the hard mode type deals. Hitaka's gonna be making the play over to the back end of escape, and it looks like eLmaGus is doing the prison section at the moment.
This is a good play by Hitaka. You get that power glove, you have some bombs, you go down there's 3 chests back there.
And we have the Book of Medora, which is nice to pick up. And we also, I just saw Hitaka get the map. The map actually serves a different purpose here in Keysanity. The map will let you know what exactly a specific dungeon holds as far as a crystal or a pendant. So that is nice to have, so you can figure out where you need to spend your time. And this escape part is a little rough with just bombs. You kind of have to blow yourself up while you blow up the soldiers. But eLmaGus is doing a pretty good job of it, getting to work through. Hitaka making their way over to the Lumberjack Cave to see if Aghanim 1 possibly is required. And that is a route on the Aghanim ledge, so that is possible depending on what Turtle Rock might hold for us. If we have to fight Trinex, we'll have an Aghanim seed. So we have a potentially required Aghanim. We will find out if, once we get to the Dark World, see if we need to do Turtle Rock or not. And that is the baby shield in the Thieves' basement here. eLmaGus is now checking the back of Escape. He's gonna grab the Book of Medora for himself as well as that map. So let's see how rich Kakariko Village will be today. First check into Blind's hut. Just 1's a piece of heart. Just 2's a map of Swamp Palace. And a heart container. And some more bombs, so not too much right there. And Zertanol, thank you for the sub to Speed Game, and we appreciate that. So Blind's hut's not having too much of worth at the moment. Still a lot of Kakariko Village to check out, though. And Hitaka's going to make the play into the well now. Some money. And it looks like we had a map on the pedestal today. We got flippers for Hitaka in the well. And there's the big Swamp Palace small key, so that means Swamp Palace will now be opened up, which is nice. That one small key would have locked that entire dungeon if they couldn't find it. And there's a Titan's Mitts. That's a nice find by Hitaka, so that unlocks the Misery Mire as well as any of the black pickup stones. eLmaGus into Blind's Hut. Not gonna find too much of value here. And it looked like we had a big key in the library, so that could be potentially needed. See what the race game holds. And that looked like the hook shot, so that's definitely gonna be needed. eLmaGus is now into the well themselves to get that important small key, I should say. I guess important would be better than the big small, I suppose. And that is a hookshot get by Hitaka. That's always nice to have early. Small key from the ball vendor. And what does the chicken hut hold today? Chicken hut had the Titan's Mitt, so they both have that now. And the dam is just a piece of heart for right now. And just a compass under there, so not too much of worth there. That was a small key in the library, not a big key. I apologize, chat. See what the mini Moldarm whole cave holds now. And eLmaGus is going to pick up their hookshot as well momentarily. With hookshot, this mini Moldarm cave becomes quite a bit easier. Don't have to worry about trying to bomb them. Can't fall into the pit though, that still hurts. And that is the big key for Ancient Palace, so that could be neat. And that's the bow, that's huge. Really nice mini Moldarm cave there, having a big key and the bow. Bow is definitely nice to find early. And Hitaka is going to make their play over to the ice cave to see what they find over there. eLmaGus is now clearing out the dam to see pretty much what Hitaka just found. Not too much of value here.
Welcome, welcome.
And I believe that is Malagord with me now. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing today?
I am good. I've been following along while I've worked on my issues. Did I see the ice rod early in Lumberjack's cave?
Yes, you did. And they also have the hookshot and the book door, as well as tight mints and flippers so far.
Just need Moon Pearl to get into Dark World, but I'm really stuck on that ice rod. That could mean Aga required. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All depends on if Tartarak is required or not. And we had the bow and a big key of Eastern Palace in the mini Moldorm cave.
They can sequence break their way to getting the Eastern Palace crystal if they can do Dark.
Alright, let's see what Sarashla has, and we have the Green Pendant today in Thieves Town. Sarashla's back closet contains a map of Skullwoods, a piece of heart, and the lantern. Lantern's nice. No more dark rooms for them.
Yeah, now it's no longer a sequence break to get that Eastern Palace pendant or crystal, whatever it may be. We may see that pretty early from Hitaka.
Yeah, with the bow, the back part is now open up as well. So that we are clear right up to Armos Knights, which is nice. And Hitaka is heading straight over to Eastern to finish that off.
Looks like eLmaGus is heading there too. Just about 15 seconds behind Hitaka. No big deal right now, still anyone's race.
Yeah, absolutely. All really depends on what route divergences they take down the line. And that's a small key to Misery Mire. That's a nice pickup.
What do you think's the key to winning this Keysanity race here, Dark Bowels?
So not too much of worth from Hitaka in Eastern quite yet. Still quite a bit left to check out though. And Hitaka is heading towards the eastern part of, the western part of Eastern Palace. And eLmaGus has now entered into Eastern Palace. Big 20 you found there. Just another small key over on eLmaGus' side. Yeah, so this look I'll be having a Herfy Turfy joining me in chat momentarily. And that is a piece of art in the Eastern Big Chest. And that was a bottle by eLmaGus that I did not catch on when he passed by. And that is a thank you to Herfy Durfy for the 4-month resub to Speed Gaming, and thank you again for supporting the Speed Gaming family for sure. And I do believe I do have Herfy Durfy with me in the call. How are you doing today, my friend?
Hello, Darkfalls. How's it going? Just stepping in here for some trouble with the other commentator, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, Discord was being Discord. You know how that goes, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, awful. Oh well, let's get back to the race at hand.
Yes, absolutely. So far we have both runners into Eastern Palace. They have the bow, the hookshot, the Titan's Mitts, the flippers, the lantern, and the Book of Mador under the belt so far. And we also have a potential ice rod on Aghanim's lumberjack cave. So Aghanim 1 is potentially needed.
Ooh. That doesn't sound like very much fun.
No, not at all. And we also have we have found the Swamp Palace small key, so Swamp Palace is now unlocked as well, depending on what that may be.
Well, that's very nice. That's a nice key to find. You want to get that out of the way if you can.
Yeah, for sure. Not being able to get into the swamp is quite a headache, especially not to run that around.
Yeah, that key can really lock you out of a bunch of important items. And now it looks like they're both going through Eastern. Do we have any idea yet if it's a crystal or a pendant? I'm assuming not, according to the trackers.
No, we have no idea what that is yet. They both got the bow and the big key, and they knew they could clear it, especially with the lantern, so they came right over.
Yeah, I mean, well, the seed is leading them here pretty hard.
Hitaka does have about a 15-minute advantage. eLmaGus had checked the prison escape, while Hitaka skipped it, so that's where the difference is, but that's basically it. And the Armored Knights are going down a little bit quick. Didn't get the quick kill, but still gonna make quick work of them.
Well, that was a bust.
Yeah, very nice fight
Oh,
here.
got a crystal.
And that was a crystal.
Alright, nice. So we got our first crystal at not even 17 minutes yet. eLmaGus right behind.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to clear out dungeons quick. And so far the seed has seemed somewhat giving, so we'll see what the back end of it holds.
Yeah, I mean, from the items that they have so far, it's looking pretty good. Early Titan's Mitts is always nice to have. I guess they're still missing a Moon Pearl at the very least, and maybe a hammer for Dark World axes.
Yep. And with that ice right on the lumberjack cave, there's still a potential that Aghanim is going to be required regardless, but we'll find out that later on.
Yeah, first we gotta find out if we need to go to Turtle Rock. Or at least if we need to kill Helmasaur. Just because we don't have to kill Helmasaur doesn't mean we don't have to go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, thankfully it's the ice rod that's on Aghanim Tower and not fire rod, but we'll find out in a bit what we need of that. And let's see what the hobo holds today. And just a piece of harp from the old man under the bridge. Not too much of it worth there.
No, nothing too great. It looks like they're also not getting too much money, or have they been towards Zora yet?
They haven't gone towards Zora yet. They both did do the bottle vendor, but yeah, it's been a money seed so far. Neither one have done the Houlihan room either.
Oh yeah, that's always an option, I guess. Now with the flippers, maybe a little bit harder. I guess they can get to the grave and bomb themselves into the back of escape to get to Houlihan pretty easily.
eLmaGus is going up towards Death Mountain now to check the old man to unlock that save point, and we have a map of Misery Mire. So far, most of the maps we've gotten have been Dark World side, so they haven't really been much use of us as of yet.
Is this their first visit, or at least eLmaGus' first visit up to Death Mountain? Oh, there's Ether.
Yes, this is the first visit from either one of them. And yes, the old man did have Ether today. We'll find out if that's needed later on.
I'm a little intrigued by what Hitaka has seen on the Zora ledge, because he or she definitely don't have enough money to grab whatever Zora's holding.
Yep, they definitely have something on their mind to go pick up. I didn't catch what it was either, but we'll find out momentarily.
According to chat, it was a sword, so that's a pretty good pickup.
Yep, that's always necessary. Yep, and that is our first sword of the seed.
Oh man. A Skullwood, small key, and another medallion for eLmaGus. Finding all the medallions up here, apparently.
Oh, we did have a very early pedestal check. It's just a map, so we are already somewhat confirmed that pedestal's not going to be needed.
Oh, I'm sure chat was disappointed.
Always, because you know how chat likes to make our runners go through the ringer. But they might have Aghanim at least. And there's a Moon Pearl.
Here's the Moon Pearl. Okay, that's a good one. Also got a little bit more money here. Still not quite a Zora money, but that's Dark World access for eLmaGus, isn't it? Let me think. I still... Yeah, no, he can get through the portal in north of Kakariko.
Yeah, with the Titans Mitts, they'll be able to lift the block going downwards, so that's a nice pickup for them. They don't have to worry about the hammer too much at this point. Oh, chat bring up a good point that I failed to mention to you. Thieves Town is our green pendant for today, so that could be necessary.
Oh man, the green pendant, yeah. Can't forget about that. Oh man, and eLmaGus getting blocked by our best friends. There's a small key on the floating island up here.
And eLmaGus is making the approach into the Spiral Cave, and Hitaka is now clearing down the escape prison. Let's see what Spiral Cave holds momentarily. And that's a boomerang, not too much worth there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that, but not really something you want to find. Hitaka grabbing their 10 arrows out of that Zelda's chest.
Alright, eLmaGus making the first play into the Dark World. Let's see if we get a quick map check. And we had a crystal up at Skull Woods.
Yeah, and I think I saw a red pendant at Swamp. Might have been a red crystal, I'm not sure.
And Hitaka is making the Death Mountain play as well momentarily.
Very nice. We'll also be getting their Dark World access. Let's see if eLmaGus can find anything here. Turtle Rock map. 20 rupees.
No, that map of Turtle Rock might be nice for eLmaGus now, especially since we know that that ice rod is on the Lumberjack Ledge. If he checks that map and we can figure out what exactly Turtle Rock is for us, whether it's a crystal or a pendant, we will actually know if that Aghanim 1 in play is needed or not.
Yeah, he's gonna check which medallion he needs. He has it already, and it is one of the Fat Fairy crystals, so we definitely need to get that ice rod.
Absolutely. And that was a ether needed for Turtle Rock, so having that under his belt already, that was a nice find.
Yeah, at least he doesn't have to worry about that. Now the next goal will be to grab a hammer and maybe a Cane of Samaria.
See when eLmaGus makes the play over to the Zora section to get his first sword as well.
Yeah, I'm probably looking for a little more money now that he's over 400.
Mr. RTA, yes, we got the Total Rock map. It is crystal number 5, so it's one of the big fairy crystals.
And there's also a big key on top of Spectacle Rock. I didn't see that earlier. Oh, probably because eLmaGus hasn't checked it. It looks like he's going up there now.
Yep, without the mirror, though, they can't really get into Hera, so that's probably why they didn't make that play. And no Master Sword to pull the the tablet is the word I was looking for.
Alright, so Hitaka about to pick up their Moon Pearl here. Probably also gonna be checking out the Dark World side of Death Mountain. And then we'll have to see what their next play is.
Yeah, they're basically both dead even at this point. It looks like eLmaGus is probably going to be going towards the Village of Outcast area, or Skullwoods at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he can get through that Dark World portal. There's a couple more overworld locations he can check. A little bit unfortunate that he hasn't found the mirror yet for, like, you know, the frog fetch quest or whatever, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, Hitaka is grabbing their Moon Pearl right now. And their second medallion. And the sick kid just has a piece of heart, so not too much there.
Not too great. At least an extra heart for eLmaGus and a free refill never hurts. Especially in green mail when you're about to go into the Dark World without any real weapons.
Yes, this is true, because they do not have a sword yet, so that could be holding them back just a tad. Whereas Hitaka won't have that issue.
Looks like eLmaGus deciding to check out Skullwoods first. Can't really check too much here, but he can at least get a couple of the chests, and maybe if he's lucky he'll get a couple of keys or some good items out of here.
Hitaka doing the Spiral Cave long walk now.
Here's the first item for eLmaGus, sadly only an arrow upgrade.
And that's just a big 20, so that's not too much right there either.
Nothing good so far.
There's our map of Palace of Darkness, so we'll be able to see if that's a crystal or a pendant momentarily. And Palace of Darkness is a crystal.
Yeah, a whole bunch of crystals in the Dark World, as expected, really.
And it looks like Hitaka is making their approach over back to where eLmaGus is now to enter into the Dark World themselves.
Yeah, also going to be checking Sick Kid first, grabbing their piece of heart, and then we'll have to see if they decide to also make the play into Skullwoods, or maybe check out Thieves Town and the rest first.
Ooh, and eLmaGus getting grabbed by a Sealing Master, unfortunately. That could have been intentional. I'll get back to the entrance.
Yeah, probably going to be checking Bumper Cave on his way, even though he can't quite get there yet. It's always good information to have.
Yeah, randomizers are usually a very knowledge-based game, so where the more knowledge you have, the more efficiently you can route.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, it does look like eLmaGus is making that play to check out that Bumper Cave, like you said. And it looks like we had a cane over there, the cane of Brian, it looked like.
Yeah, probably not something he'll be going back for. We'll have to see. I mean, you need the cape to get that, and if you have one invulnerability item, people with their skill level probably don't need another one.
Yep, as long as they have the cape, they can get through Spike Cave. So that's really the only time you would really want Cannon Burn, other than possibly Laser Bridge later on.
Ooh, and there's the cane that we're actually looking for in the C-shaped house.
That cane, on the other hand, is definitely nice to have.
C is for cane. I like that. Oh, look at that. A Thieves Town big key. Now, if only he had a hammer.
Yeah, only making one play in the Thieves Town is definitely nice. That Thieves Town big chest is always one that people tend to forget about until late game unless they can't open it on their first pass through.
Yeah, and even though he doesn't have the hammer right now, he can check quite a few chests. The problem really is still the green mail, and like he has a bow, but that's about it.
Big Key of Ice Palace, not really necessary to clear the dungeon. Again, just one of those keys you need for the big chest. So it's one of the lesser needed big keys.
Mm-hmm.
That is depending on if you can do the bomb jump first, of course. But with runners of these skill levels, I don't think that's going to stop him. So not much of value in Skullwoods.
No, we got a pod key out of Thieves Town here for eLmaGus.
Alright, so there's got a little bit of exploring going on under their belt at the moment. Not too much of what they're looking for.
Yeah, eLmaGus displaying his game knowledge here. Grabbing an extra heart just to be safe.
Yeah, even though they're in the Dark World with Grand Tunic, these enemies will do quite a bit of damage.
And judging by him not grabbing that heart up there in the other skull across from the key, I'm assuming he plans on killing blind. Probably wants to pick that up before he goes into the boss fight.
Yeah, Hitaka did just grab their cane of Samaria as well, so that's done for them.
It's very helpful that the hookshot immediately kills these little cricket guys. They do so much damage, especially in green mail.
Do a lot of damage and then move in a really weird pattern, so they're really annoying to deal with. And that's another Dark Palace small key, so that's nice to find.
Yeah, Thieves Town already holding 2 Palace of Darkness keys. I think there's 4 in total that you need.
Oh no, not too much worth in Thieves Town either.
No, except for those Palace of Darkness keys, which are not really too helpful right now. I don't think he's found anything of value so far.
I mean, big key of Ice Palace would be nice if you can't do the bomb jump, but again, as we said, it wasn't necessarily one of the big keys that you need.
Yeah, you definitely don't need it to clear out the palace. You just need it for the big chest, basically, as you said earlier.
Misery Mire small key, another one that we might need later, possibly. It does look like eLmaGus is going to go deal with the blind fight. So that's
Yeah, he's now in full heart.
The nice thing about the blind fight is it's pretty much scripted, so as long as he has some way to damage blind, in this case the cane, you're just going to need to do a 9 points of damage regardless of what phase it is. This will be 3 hits per phase.
Alright, that's phase 1.
And with the way blind moves, he pretty much just hurts him or herself.
Yeah, it looks really impressive, and I really enjoy a cane blind fight, but it's I think it's a little easier than one would think. It's still not easy, but it's easier than it looks a little bit.
It can be a little bit chaotic, but as long as you can dodge, you're pretty much okay. And that is the green pendant, so we'll see if that holds any value if he goes back to talk to the old man.
Alright, not a crystal, but at least an extra chance for an item. Alright, so now eLmaGus just finishing up the rest of Thieves Town. Probably going to be going down the digging game and then maybe over to Stumpy and even to check out Hype Cave.
The cave formerly known as Hype Cave.
Yeah, probably a better name, I agree.
You are right. eLmaGus is going down towards the dig game section now. And Hitaka is probably going to go clear out blind now.
That's a lot of digs.
And we get a key to Misery Mire, so again, potentially we'll need it. Depends on what Misery Mire holds for us.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, we definitely do need it to clear it out. So, since it's a crystal, as far as I can see on the tracker, so it's not a bad find. Just took him quite a while.
And Hitaka is now going to the blind fight. With the sword under their belt, they might have a little bit of an easier time with it.
Yeah, don't have to rely on... oh, there's a small key from Stumpy for Tower of Hera. I was gonna say you don't have to rely on your magic or your cane. Oh, but Hitaka having a little trouble here.
Yep, gotta be able to dodge those fireballs. Alright, and down goes blind, so Hitaka gets their second kill of the night.
Very nice at the end there.
So look, Eastern Palace was actually our second of the 5-6s.
Oh, interesting. Well, we've got one of those already. Still gonna be quite a while till we can get the next one, though.
Yep, because we still got that lovely climb up Aghanim's tower ahead of us as well.
Yep, that will definitely be needed first.
And that is the Fire Shield by eLmaGus. So, again, Hype Cave, not so hype today.
Yeah, really not living up to its name anymore these days.
To answer your question in chat, we have Tracking Force today, the one and only Dude, and as always, he is doing a phenomenal job for us behind the scenes, so please give Dude some thanks and some follows. He deserves it. And it looks like we have a Frog World Tour going on by eLmaGus.
Yeah, taking
By
that
both,
little...
by both of them.
Oh, true. Hitaka also picking up the frog. Taking them on a little tour. Never hurt anyone.
Pyramid has a small key. See what it's for? That's Palace of Darkness.
It's the third pot key that we find, so we need one more to clear out the place, but I believe if you only have 4, you really want to have the mirror, because you don't want to waste one key on the middle section.
I think you need 6 to full clear, if my memory is correct.
I think 6 is the total number of keys in pot. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
And it looks like eLmaGus is going to be checking Catfish while he's in the section.
Yeah, going all the way around here before he saves and quits. I kind of like this. clear out as much as you can, just to make sure you have every key or every item that you can possibly get before you dip into another dungeon.
Yeah, catfish can be a little bit difficult to route in, for sure. And just a big 20.
Decides to grab it. He's getting closer and closer to the Zora money. If he decides to dip into pod now, he'll be out another 110, so...
Hitaka finding the Cave of Infinite Sadness and not getting too much back for their investment, unfortunately.
Yeah, gonna be getting a hint here. Maybe... I don't think he wants to buy any bombs.
eLmaGus back into the escape to get that last chest.
Yeah, even taking the little dwarf down into the sewers. That guy has seen a lot.
I mean, it can't be a complete world tour without a trip to the sewers as well.
Yeah, that's very true.
And that's the hammer.
Well, that's quite the good item, I'd say.
Absolutely.
So that makes a trip into pod even more attractive. Probably after he drops off a little dwarf here.
Caladrius in chat asks if we've seen the red crystals that we have. They are at Eastern Palace, which we've already cleared, and Tartarok.
Yep, and as you mentioned before, that ice rod to clear out Turtle Rock is behind the lumberjack, so we're gonna have to kill Aga 1 to get there.
Well, we still don't have a Master Sword, we still don't have the cape, so Aga 1 is going to be off the table for a little bit anyway.
And I'm also not sure how many keys they've found yet. If I'm seeing that right, none, maybe? A big key?
And the blacksmith's out holding 300 rupees, so that's potentially nice for eLmaGus. It gives him enough money to go check out the big fish now.
And I sure hope he does, because that'll mean he'll finally get his first sword.
See if eLmaGus decides to make that play at this point or not. Now, looks like he's going down to the warp zone, so that should be where he's going now. Yep, he's hopping in.
Yeah, I like this. He has quite a bunch of locations here. He probably also hasn't checked the hobo yet by the looks of it.
And we'll just a heart container over on the Hylian ledge, so not too much in the lake today.
Okay, so Hitaka decides to dip into pod. Does not have the hammer yet, but equally has 3 keys, just like eLmaGus does.
Yeah, the nice thing for Hitaka is they can check out pod now and get most of it cleared out. They have the lantern, they have the bow, so they can get to the back part. And I believe they have the big key as well.
Yeah, they can probably get quite far. We'll have to see what they can find in here.
Sorry, no big key quite yet, so yeah, I can't finish it. Alright, eLmaGus is going to make the first play over to the big fish. Sees his sword, going to pick that up on the way back.
Yep, gonna be grabbing the sword. We're also, for the first time, gonna be seeing what Zora, him or herself, holds for us. Probably nothing, as always, but you never know.
So chat, what's on Zora's ledge? Is it going to be a scam, or is a big fish going to hold something nice for us? And it's a life lesson.
That is indeed a life lesson as expected, but at least he still has enough money to get in the pot himself, and over the hammer in hand.
Yeah,
Well,
that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never can trust a big fish living in a cliff.
well said.
Alright, small key to turtle rock, not a bad find.
Yeah, you're pretty much always happy to find a couple of keys. Hitaka looking to go for a death warp here, wanting to check out some more, but doesn't want to walk all the way back.
Yeah, not having the mirror, the quickest way back to the start is to just take a death.
eLmaGus turning in his green pendant that he got from Blind.
And that's the flute.
Alright, Swag Dog arrives. We also already know that Misery Mire is a crystal, so that was definitely needed, not only for convenience, but also for finishing the seed.
And that's a second bottle by Hitaka. Hitaka does have that pendant as well, it's just a matter of them going to turn that in at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, without the mirror, unless Hitaka finds it in here, it'd be extremely convenient to just mirror back and then turn in the green pendant, but we'll have to see if they're that fortunate.
And we have Max with the Swag Dunk Anthem.
You know, I know everyone loves the Swag Dog Anthem and everything, but every time I play a seed, I just think, man, can this little guy not go a little faster?
Yeah. It's like, just come out now so we can get moving.
Alright, checking the desert ledge real quick. Just a piece of heart and immediately warping over to the mire area into the dark world.
They do have the Book of Medora, so they couldn't get into desert itself, though. So they might take a look at that as well while they're here.
Alright, so we got both the medallions that we need this seed. Quake is just an extra that we don't really want.
That's blue mail for Hitaka, that's a nice find.
Yeah, finally some protection from the dark world.
Big key is Swamp Palace, so that's one of those big keys, again, that's not really necessary to use. That's for the big chest, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. We'll have to see eLmaGus dipping into mire here. He has the cane, he has the lamp, he has a hookshot to get over the little ledge at the beginning, so...
And he has the big keys, so he can actually finish it. Well, not that you really need the big key to finish Mire anyway, but nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
Get it to the big chest at the very least.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hitaka's making a Ice Palace play, which is interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Only has bombos and no half magic or anything, so I think that's 4 casts of bombos in total. Has a green goo though.
We don't even know if Ice Palace is going to be necessary or not, because we don't know if it's a crystal or a pendant at this point. There's one more pendant at large still.
Mm-hmm. Could either be Hera or Ice Palace. A GT compass, not really something you're looking for here.
Yeah, compasses are kind of one of those items where just like, don't really need that.
And without a fire rod, eLmaGus has to do this the slow way. Need to be a little bit careful. These whiz ropes really pack a punch if they should hit you.
Yeah, coming from the Z1 world myself, wizards are always everyone's least favorite thing to see in a dungeon. In Z3, they're not too bad. More of a nuisance than anything else.
Oh yeah, whiz ropes in Z1 are... Ugh, jeez. Don't remind me.
And just a small key there, and that's the castle tower, so that's another Aghanim key, which is nice to have.
Yeah, definitely going to be needing that once we can actually get into there.
Yep, still need the cape or the master sword at the moment. Because Cannon Bryan is on bumper ledge, so we will not be picking that up. Hitaka making really nice work of this ice palace, though.
Yeah, really not having any issues so far. Can't really pick up too much more. With the last key just used, there's a couple more chests here available, but after that... Oh, no hammer.
And just a 10 arrow upgrade for eLmaGus in the Meyer chest here, so not too much worth there as well. So far, dungeon's not having too much worth in this scene.
No, not really. I mean, they're finding the odd key or big key here and there, but
A lot of the progression's been coming outside, and that's the mirror. That's a nice progression item.
Alright, there we go. Mirror sounds good. Ooh, that was close for eLmaGus there, but makes it past the fireball.
And Hitaka just getting the big key to Desert Palace, so this dip into ice is most likely necessary, at least just to get that. So if this was a pendant ice palace, and that's where the big key lies, it could be necessary for them to come here.
Yeah, potentially. So the mirror is a really nice find here for eLmaGus. He's going to be checking out probably Checkerboard Cave first, and then he might even head into desert as far as he can get. Oh, and there's a mushroom on Hitaka's side.
So interesting play by Hitaka to go into ice without being able to finish it. Gets the mushroom and the key to desert. So not a bad play depending on what they need it for, but we'll see if that comes back later to be beneficial or not, depending on what ice palace actually is. And it does look like Hitaka's heading down towards the desert to finish that one off.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I mean, finishing what you can never hurt anyone.
And desert is a crystal too, so I mean, you have to do it eventually. Might as well do it now.
Just a compass on the torch.
Let's see what Gina holds for us today. Third bottle of the seed.
Yeah, free blue goo, not gonna say no.
Yeah, for sure. Those bottles are nice to have, especially when we get late into the seeds. eLmaGus down to 1 heart. Gotta be a little bit careful not to get bopped.
Yeah, he's definitely living dangerously.
eLmaGus heading back up Death Mountain, probably go check out Tower Hera at this point.
Yeah, and he can't finish it. I think, no, he can't. He doesn't have a big key.
Yeah, these randomizer sheets are all about routing and execution and making the right gambles at the right times.
I'm gonna be grabbing that big key that's up here on Spectacle Rock, so we're gonna find out what that is. Oh, GT big key.
I think that key's a little necessary. What do you think, Kirby?
Yeah, I think he's probably not gonna be too unhappy about that. That looked like a blue boomerang to me.
Yeah, so that was the big key to Gan's Tower, so we know where that is when we approach at the end of the seed.
And another big key right here in Tower of Hera. Oh, and it's a Tower of Hera big key. How practical.
Yep, so now we actually be able to finish Tower while we're here. Nice, so we don't have to come back later.
Yeah, can even full clear it with that small key that he already has, so that's pretty nice.
Gonna check out the basement regardless, even though he doesn't really know if he has to or not. Big Booted Cheddar. The 5 and 6 crystals were Eastern Palace and North Rock tonight. And Hitaka is about to go fight the Lamolas momentarily.
Yeah, meanwhile, eLmaGus makes it through our first tile room here. Gonna be lighting those torches and checking out what Hera basement holds for us, if anything. Okay.
That's nice find.
So that's theoretically at least our way into Aga Tower. He still needs to dip into pod to grab that second Hyrule Castle key to get up fully up there.
Nice for the damage, if nothing else at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The extra damage and reach really make a difference.
Alright, we're about to find out if Hera's gonna be a crystal or a pendant as well, because we are missing one pendant still. Now make Hitaka's play in the Ice Palace more relevant also. Alvin 853, Desert Palace key was in Ice Palace.
Alright, so as you were saying, Ice Palace is our last pendant and it's a required dip.
We won't know that quite yet until Moldarm dies here.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I thought we didn't know what Desert Palace was, but we do. We don't know what Tower of Hera is.
And that's our crystal, so that was official that Ice Palace is indeed a pendant. So that's potentially huge for Hitaka, getting those two items in Ice. It could take eLmaGus a bit of time to get down there to get that big key to Desert Palace.
Yeah, it absolutely could. I mean, he also only has bombos to get anywhere in there. He's definitely aware that bombos is in the logic for Ice Palace, but it's just not something you really want to do if you can avoid it. Looks
And
like he's
Hitaka finally
also...
grabbing the hammer.
Oh yeah, not very happy about that. So eLmaGus is opening up Turtle Rock. I don't really think he's gonna go in there. He's probably gonna be grabbing the small key that's on the floating island.
To answer our question, chat, we know Aghanim is required because we saw a ice shroud on the lumberjack ledge, and Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Alright, looks like eLmaGus has proven me wrong a second time and is actually dipping into Turtle Rock. I don't think he can get much further than... well, he can get a little bit in.
Yeah, he does have 2 keys already, so he'll be able to dip in a bit at least. Yeah, it looks like Hitaka's gonna go clear out Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about that choice.
They had the advantage, even just leaving it alone at this point, unless there's one more item here that I didn't count.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else they could be finding in here. I mean, of course, there's always the potential for more keys that you might require, but it felt like they got pretty much everything that could be useful out of here with the big key for Desert Palace. I guess having to deal with that pokey here without the fire rod is super annoying.
Yeah, those pokies move around in weird ways and they do quite a bit of damage if you get touched by them.
No problem though, still at full health. Alright, so that's it for eLmaGus' Turtle Rock dip. Not really finding anything of value in there.
As chat brought up, with the flute being the green pendant and Hitaka having it, it's just a matter of time before they go check that out also.
Hopefully, at least. I hope they haven't forgotten about their green pendant from blind.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that can easily slip someone's mind if they're not keeping an eye on it.
Especially since they both already finished up Eastern Palace, he's, at least so far, doesn't really have a reason other than that green pendant to go back there. Small key for Ice Palace on the floating island, definitely not really what you want to find there.
That's a sword in Ice Palace, so that's nice for Hitaka, and now having the Master Sword.
Yeah, that's very nice. I mean, depending on when eLmaGus decides to dip into there, he might not even go for that chest.
So while the play into Ice was turn up some nice items. It could be a little bit time consuming. It was necessary for at least the big key for Desert.
Yep, that big key is definitely necessary. We're not quite sure yet. It looks like Hitaka might be wanting to kill Cold Stare.
Not going for the bomb jump strat's going a long way around. Yeah, it looks like Max making their play into Palace of Darkness at this point.
Yeah, very nice. That will open up Aghanim for him with that Hyrule Castle key.
And Hitaka's dropping down to say hello to Cold Stare. Nice job getting caught in the corner so the Puff's couldn't do too much to him.
Yeah, gets a couple of really nice hits, and unfortunately with the Master Sword, it's pretty lengthy fight. He has to down a red pot better than dying.
Yeah, coming into this deep into a dungeon, you really don't want to die.
Needs to be a little careful. Is at full health right now, so no problem. 2 of the Puffs go down. Should be no more problems here. They still do quite a bit of damage if they hug you. As we see, 3 hearts there, even with blue mail.
Making quick work of them though, and Cold Stare does go down.
Small Desert Palace key, not something we really need, I think.
Nope, Desert Palace is cleaned out. Hitaka's looking out to see what exactly he can do at this point. They had the hammer so they can go finish off Eastern now. Sorry, Palace of Darkness.
There's
Alright.
Turtle Rocky.
Yes, Desert Big Key is definitely needed. It was in the Ice Palace Big Chest. So, and with Ice Chest being a pendant, it could take Omegas a little bit of time to get down there to find that out. Oh, Hitaka's doing the hammer pegs.
Alright, I don't think we've seen those yet. There's the second castle tower for eLmaGus. Oh, single rupee.
PM Gab, we do not have boots yet. And Hitaka is back to the frog, taking the frog on a second tour of the world.
eLmaGus going for the hammer jump here, trying to save the last key so he can finish off Pod. Very nice. Oh wait, he doesn't have the big key. I forgot about that.
And the frog did not let Hitaka enter the Thieves' Town. The frog did not want to go in.
Yeah, I can't really blame him.
Frog's okay to go in the sewers, but not into Thieves' Town.
Yeah, I mean, Thieves' Town is a scary boss. The sewers just has a couple of rats and maybe some bats.
We don't have. Well, actually, with the mushroom and the cane, we could do the fake powder and a black bat as well if Hitaka knows how to do it.
Oh yeah, very true. We could do that. We could also, now that you mention it, just in general check out what the mushroom might be holding for us.
Alright, Hitaka is back up on Death Mountain. Maybe they'll do their tip and do Turtle Rock also, possibly?
Possibly. eLmaGus quitting the sanctuary, then deciding to go somewhere else. He's probably going to be going up to Aga Tower now, I think. Or he's going into Swamp.
With the Master Sword, Hitaka wants to pull the tablet over here.
We already know, sadly, that it's only a blue boomerang, but it's good to get the checks out of the way.
I believe both people have indeed checked Lumberjacks. I know for sure eLmaGus has, because that let us definitely see it. And that's the boots.
Hello. That is most likely going to lead him to Aghanim now that he has the boots and knows where the ice rod is. Though, to be fair, without the fire rod, having the ice rod doesn't really get him too far.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe, looking at the tracker, we do have pretty much all the keys that we need to finish the seed, other than eLmaGus needing the big key in Ice Palace for Desert.
We do still need the big key for Pod, I believe. And for Turtle Rock.
And that's a shovel in the King's Tomb. Let's see if that holds any worth to him.
A shovel and a mushroom on Hitaka's side. So that leaves the powder for fetch quests, I guess. We've also still got the purple chest sitting around, as far as I know.
Yeah, we haven't checked that either. And Hitaka does get their tempered sword.
Yeah, probably going to be very happy about that, especially, I mean, they still got a ways to go, but they still haven't found the silvers yet, so... Alright, so it looks like eLmaGus is checking the Lumberjacks now. Going to be finding out about his ice rod.
Yeah, it looks like eLmaGus is going to go up and do Aghanim at this point now.
Oh, got some nice heart drops there from the bushes, but decides not to grab them. I guess eLmaGus is more confident than I am.
Yeah, just some bombs in a dig spot today, so shovel is not too worthy.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's Aga time.
Yep, that lovely 6 to 10 minute climb up Baghanim's tower. Not the funnest of things to do.
Nope, absolutely not. We do get, I believe, 2 chests on our way.
Yeah, Hitaka's just gonna deal with a troll arm.
Yeah, with Tempered Sword, not really too much of a problem.
2 quick spin slashes and the worm goes down.
Skullwood small key. So with this, Hitaka has finished all the Light World dungeons and 2 of the 3 pendants.
Yeah, and Hitaka's heading back towards the Dark World to finish off. And we want to say thank you to Ghost85 for that 49 sub. Thank you for supporting the Speed Gaming family. We really appreciate that. Hitaka checking out the Super Bunny Cave. I believe the mirror was up in this section, was it not?
I believe the mirror was in Misery Mire, in the spike chest.
Ah, yes, you are correct. So we know Hitaka still has to go down to talk to the old man and turn in a green pendant to get his flute. Get their flute, I should say.
I really, really hope that Hitaka has forgot about the green pendant, because that would open up more stuff they can check out.
Volajin, the lumberjack item is the ice rod, and Total Rock is necessary to be completed.
Alright, here goes Aga 1 for eLmaGus.
Alright, chat, how many blue balls today? Really nice Aghanim one fight so far. Not too much trolliness by Aghanim.
Yeah, working out quite well so far. Looks like Hitaka is trying to figure out where they should be going next.
Yeah, hopefully it clicked in their mind that they have the green pendant. They can go turn that in to get their flute. No, possibly making the Swamp Palace play at this point if they're going down to this section.
Yeah, unfortunately don't have their mirror yet, so can't really get in there.
That could be a blessing for them though. Kind of filters them back towards the Sarashla section.
Hopefully so, yeah. I think... I'm not sure. Have they been back to Desert Palace? There's still 2 more items in there with the key that they found earlier.
I do want to say, while they are doing a little bit of exploration, this has been a heck of a race so far, so please give both these runners a follow. They definitely deserve the support. This has been a lot of fun to watch. And please follow our tracker behind the scenes. Thank you, dude, for the hard work. We appreciate you. And my commentary partner today, Herfy Derfy. Thank you for jumping on there, friend. I appreciate your help.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure. And please also throw Dark Faults a follow. He also deserves all the support he can get. Okay, so eLmaGus finds out about the bombs here. Maybe he'll be grabbing the purple chest now. Yeah, looks like it. Meanwhile, Hitaka making their way back to the east side of desert. Gonna be opening those 2 chests here. Hopefully finding something useful. So far, only a blue rupee.
Yeah, with desert so far the way, it's kind of annoying to get back here if you need to. It gets a small key to Dark Palace, so that's another key that they probably wanted.
Yeah, definitely not an awful find. Another key for a palace you haven't quite finished yet is very nice.
Hopefully, Hitaka's making the run over to Eastern at this point. They're heading to General Vicinity.
Yeah, definitely looks like they're going there, so I'm hoping they can finally pick up their flute, which will probably also cause Sahasrara some pain, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, we can expect probably a couple of frustration slashes and possibly a bomb drop for sure. Alright, flute get by Hitaka, and there's the frustration slashes.
Yep, not happy about that flute. Meanwhile, just a red rupee from the Bombos tablets, so both the tablets not really having anything of use to these guys. Yeah, looks like eLmaGus wants to finish up Misery Mire.
Gotta avoid those murder dactyls, those things are brutal.
Yeah, they're no fun at all. This room is really, really fun with the sword beams.
Hitaka unlocking their flute. Their bird is also on the loose.
Yep. I'm gonna assume they'll be heading towards the Mire area immediately.
Yep, you called it, there they go. Probably be very happy to see their mirror if they actually tip into Mire, but at this point you gotta think that's where they're gonna be going.
Yeah, absolutely. There's really not too much left, and that mirror in there is going to be the key to opening up the seat even more for Hitaka.
Vicious without arrows is not gonna be fun though, for sure. Well, without silver arrows anyway.
Yeah, really kind of a challenging fight, I find, without the silver arrows. It's so trivialized by having the silvers that you're kind of not used to not having them.
Nice strafing strats, just making quick work of the eyeballs with the strafing and the arrows.
Yeah, it has to dodge the lasers, but doing a great job so far, so shouldn't be a problem. 8 more arrows to go.
That was a really pretty fight by him overall.
Yeah, very nicely done. Trying to rock small key, alright.
Question still on eLmaGus' side is when will they head and do Ice Palace with that Desert Palace big key?
Yeah, that really... I'm gonna assume it's not gonna be too long anymore. Apparently, he might be heading to Swamp, which I find a little surprising. But it's really, you know, it's one pendant dungeon over the other.
Yeah, but with eLmaGus' mind, as we said before, we still don't have Fire Rod either. And that's the mirror for Hitaka, so they're definitely happy to pick that up. Without having that Fire Rod, they have to kind of depend on Bombos, which, as you said before, it could be a little on the aggravating side to depend on that.
Yeah. Plus, you also get double the potential items here in Swamp that you would have normally in Ice. So a lot more potential keys, big keys, items just that you need or want.
Yeah, I believe Desert Palace was fully cleaned out by Hitaka. I don't think they have any reason to go back there at this point. So eLmaGus is now digging through Swamp to see what they find in here. Still missing both rods. That's really our two go items at this point.
Yeah,
we do know
absolutely.
where Swamp is, or the Ice Rod is at least. We don't know where Fire Rod is. Could be anywhere.
Yeah, eLmaGus is free to grab the Ice Rod whenever he feels like it now that he killed Aga, really. We're looking for the Fire Rod. I guess for eLmaGus, the silvers would be nice. At this point, I'm not sure, but I'm kind of doubting that he'll get to the Ice Palace Big Key chest where the third sort of bit was.
Hitaka eating a unfortunate Wizro beam, but not letting that stop him.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there. Messed up his timing thanks to that Wizrobe.
Wizards are usually pretty much of a joke in C3, but can be a little annoying if they get in your way like they just did.
Alright, Misery minus small key, don't need that.
And there's Hitaka's second tower key, so they're probably happy to see that, so they can go clear Aghanim when they want to.
Yep, that's gonna be very nice. Need to be very careful. Sadly down to 1.5 hearts now.
Quick medallion for Hitaka, not something they wanted to see because we know we don't need it. So Harvey, even though this is Keysanity, we're an hour and a half in. If you were running yourself in a seat, how are you feeling at this point, given what they've seen so far?
Well, I think it's a little hard to judge for eLmaGus' side. I think he's not too happy about it, especially now that he's full clearing the swamp and doesn't really find anything. Hitaka, I think, is wearing their emotions on their sleeve. With all the rage slashing that's been going on, they're definitely not too happy about how stuff has been going.
Yeah, it's starting to turn into a little bit of a frustration seed. It hasn't been too trolly per se, maybe other than a couple items in the Ice Palace that we might not see for a while, but overall it hasn't been that bad. It's just been a annoying seed, I would say. Yeah,
there's a lot of walking around and not really being sure where to go, and a lot of the kind of double dipping that Keysanity is sort of known for. see how the rest of Swamp plays out here while Hitaka is making their way towards Vitreous. Still grabbed another heart, but 2.5 hearts for a Vitreous fight without silver arrows is not optimal, I'd say. I'd be pretty scared at least.
I believe they do have a potion too, so they may drink that when they go to start it.
Oh, okay. If they still have a potion left, that's very good. I just remember them drinking a red potion earlier. They might still have the blue.
There's a fire rod.
Very nice. So that's both the rods for eLmaGus, which will probably lead them straight back into Turtle Rock.
And both of the rods are in pendant dungeons.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I mean, this is sort of a blessing and a curse at the same time because it's leading him back to Turtle Rock, but it will probably also lead him away from Ice Palace for now, at least.
Yeah, that brings up a good point. It could be quite a bit before they check that out now. So as more of these little eyeballs goes down, Vitreous will fire more lightning more often. So you just gotta be a little careful on when you stand in the center and when you try to ping an eyeball.
Yeah, doing a very good job so far.
Oh,
that was very unfortunate. Oh, there's a blue one left, alright. Very nice. With enough arrows left over to kill the big eye. Oh, decides to go for the slashes, okay.
getting a nice little rhythm, bouncing him off the wall.
Very nicely done.
And then Magus is grabbing his red pendant, even though we know there's not too much worth on the pedestal. Might as well get it while you're here.
Yeah, I really...
Hitaka.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Hitaka's finishing up with Meyer, so they're done there as well. So back to you.
I was just gonna say now with 2 pendants in hand on eLmaGus' side, and we know that he needs to go into the 3rd pendant dungeon at the very least. And he knows, or both of the players know, that there's only a map on the pedestal. I'm probably not feeling too great.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them are going to bother pulling that map. There's no point in it at this point in the seed.
No, they definitely don't need that and don't want that.
And Hitaka says nope to that money too, having that much money in their belt. They don't want that either.
Yeah, and speaking of money, we're turning in our mushroom finally, so we'll see what that brings us. And then probably gonna buy some replacement potions.
Yeah, nice time to wrap the mushroom in. You did need to get potions back anyway, so you just spent 2 of them in the palace. And you get $20, not too worth the mushroom.
That's not really what you're looking for. Still, might as well grab it. Well, Magus deciding to finish up Skull Woods first and foremost.
Yeah, Hitaka's making the play onto Agnum Tower. Not a bad call. I mean, we do have to finish it anyway. Hitaka sold in his boots so to actually get the ice rod.
Yeah, liking the boots. Meanwhile, eLmaGus picks up the cape here in the back of Skull Woods. Could now get the Cane of Burna if he wanted to, but I really don't think he's gonna.
Quick molecular fight coming up by eLmaGus. Probably make quick work of him.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. Mothula, though, one of the more annoying boss fights with all the spikes negating damage and the moving floor and all the stuff going on.
Moth goes down relatively quick though. Nice fight by eLmaGus there.
Yeah, very nicely done. Finds a compass for Swamp. Doesn't really want that, but the Crystal is definitely what he wants.
question is, where does eLmaGus go from here? Do they head up towards Turtle Rock, or do they dip into ice?
That's a good question. I mean, he can check out a couple more things in Turtle Rock now. He has an additional small key as well as that fire rod, so he can light the torches on the right side. But Ice Palace is really where we know that he needs to go eventually. The thing is, I don't really see him dipping into another pendant dungeon if he doesn't absolutely have to.
That was a nice routing by him, though, to clear out Skull Woods while he's in the section to get the ice shard off to the lumberjack ledge here.
Yeah, very nicely done. So this tells me that he's probably gonna check into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, he has both routes under his belt, and he has most of what he needs other than a big key to finish it off. Hasworx, the big key to Desert Palace was in Turtle Rock, Ice Palace, sorry.
Omega scoffing at that Cane of Brenna, as we were saying. Doesn't really need it at all.
Yeah, at this point, it's just time consuming.
And now Hitaka starting their Aga-1 fight. Should be as nice as he was to eLmaGus.
Yeah, I believe they both get the same pattern unless they die in the first attempt. No, it does look like eLmaGus is making the play into ice.
Oh, very nice. That's a good choice, obviously, by him. I guess the fire run now makes him feel a little more confident.
I can see why he didn't want to do Turtle Rock without the big key for it. You don't want to go all the way through that not to be able to finish it, so it makes sense.
Yeah, very true. So this will definitely lead him into Desert Palace after he's done here. And from there on out, it should be a pretty straight shot for eLmaGus, I'd say. We're still looking for that Turtle Rock big key.
We need the pod big key also.
Yeah, it looks like... Where was that pod big key? It looks like Hitaka already has it.
Yeah, I remember Hitaka picking it up. I don't remember they found it though. Unless the Eastern Palace, the Palace of Darkness big key was in Desert. That would be the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, and it was either in Ice here, and we missed it, or in Desert.
And Hitaka's gonna go get their life lesson from the big fish.
Yeah, unfortunately, we already know it's only a big 20 up here, but you can't leave it behind. You never know.
Yeah, with so much to see still, you can't really pass anything up at this point. And that's a tempered sword by eLmaGus, so they're both on equal footing as far as their swords go at this point.
Yeah, probably going to be very happy about that one.
Yeah, Master Sword Soloist Gan is never fun to deal with.
And it looks like it's Hitaka's time to check into Swamp and pick up their Fire Rod.
They should check the mirror ledge over here as well to get their boots while they're in the section.
Yeah, it would definitely be nice for them. They still gotta check the mirror spots south of the Grove. There's the big key for eLmaGus.
The problem with the way the scene's playing out is you can't really go mode too many dungeons. I mean, we're not in a position where we can pass anything up because we're still looking for so much. We still need the big key for Palace of Darkness. We need the big key for Turtle Rock. So we can't really skip over, I think, at this point.
Yeah, even though the items are looking pretty good for our guys, the keys that are still missing are very important, so you can't really risk skipping anything. I mean, you can always gamble on something if you're feeling super behind, but that's always very risky, obviously.
Yeah, especially in a tournament setting like we have here. Dark Dome bring up a good point that Hitaka does have the the Palace of Darkness big key. So they're just on their lookout for the Turtle Rock one. But that could still be in Swamp here for all they know.
Alright, so eLmaGus is going to be heading into his Cold Stare fight. Might even be going for Sword Beam strats here since he's still at full health. Oh, looks like he's using bombos.
eLmaGus will have the benefit of the tempered sword doing the Cold Stare fight, which Hitaka didn't have. Hitaka had to do this on Master Sword.
Yeah, tempered sword spins really make this much more manageable.
And down goes the Puff, and we get the key for Desert Palace. Now, one thing to note, I don't believe. Okay, I was gonna say maybe I didn't see him grab the big chest, but I could be just looking at the screen.
Now, this also gives eLmaGus the advantage that he can full clear desert in one go instead of having to double dip it like Hitaka had to.
And as you said, eLmaGus is making that play down into desert at this point.
So I'm trying to think. The big key for pod must be in desert, right?
I want to say it was. I think it was on the left-hand side of it, right-hand side of it. So I believe that's what they found when they came back the second time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna find out here in a minute on eLmaGus' side. And there it is, okay. Yeah, so this really is pretty straightforward for eLmaGus so far. He's gonna finish it up Desert Palace, then he's gonna finish up Pod, and hopefully grab the Turtle Rock big key somewhere. If he doesn't, I'm not really sure what's left to check.
Yeah, at this point, you gotta figure that the big key for Turtle Rock is either gonna be in the last couple chests in Pod or on Turtle Rock itself, possibly in like Laser Bridge or Mimic Cave, etc.
Mm-hmm.
the only thing that would be outstanding still would be Magic Bat, but we have no powder still.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of as well, that we get the powder somewhere along the way, maybe from Helmasaur or something.
Chad bring up a good point that we still could check Thieves Down Big Chest.
Oh yeah, very true. You were saying earlier that's something people like to forget about, and I promptly forgot about it.
Because when they both of them went to Thieves Down without the hammer, so they couldn't check it. Calidrius, yes, Spike Cave was checked. It was just money, I want to say.
Alright, Lamb, let's fight for eLmaGus with the Fire Rod. No problem. Oh man.
That was
Don't
a
blink.
very nice kill. Hitaka did check the mushroom, it was just 20 rupees. Hitaka with some more angry slashes at the fire rod in that chest.
Yeah, just as you were saying earlier, this is really kind of an annoying seed. You're finding all these little bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle seed is, I think, the best way to call it. It's not really trolley per se, but it's just finding what fits where.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it.
So to answer your question, chat, this is round 1 of the Swiss tournament. This is actually the first match of the tournament. So there's a lot more to come throughout the week and into the next 5 weeks at that. And as you called, eLmaGus is back into Palace of Darkness to finish that off.
Yep, has pretty much everything that he needs. There's one chest that he hasn't checked yet, and obviously King Helmasaur.
Two quick spin slashes, down goes Argus.
Yep,
Now, I
very
don't know
nice.
if Hitaka checked the pedestal, but that gives them the 3rd pendant, so that could be a trip over to check and see what that has. I believe eLmaGus was the one who actually checked the pedestal per se.
Oh, that could be interesting. We might be seeing a blind pull here.
They're going to check the ledge down here to get their boots, thankfully, so that'll make the trip over there a little bit quicker at least.
Well, hopefully they go up north to check that ledge. For now, they're going to be grabbing, I believe it was a big 20 on that tablet.
Right here is the boots in this cave. No, never mind. That was not. Yeah, that was still a big 20. Okay. And it looks like Hitaka's making the pedestal play.
Oh man. Which map is it gonna be? I haven't been paying attention to what we already found.
Yeah, I did not map down maps either in my own personal tracker. At least Hitaka does need to clear out Skull Woods, so that could be the other thing. We might as well check it while you're here. So
Yeah,
they're not going to waste too much time. At least they didn't have to do any too many rooms in the dark in this seed. They got the lamp relatively quick, so that was nice not to deal with any dark rooms.
Yeah, the dark rooms, some of them can definitely be very, very challenging if you're not used to them, especially.
And now we say hello to Helmasaur King for the first time in this seed.
Yeah, gonna be banging our hammer against his head a couple of times until the shield pops off. And then we'll have to see what eLmaGus decides. Still no silver arrows, so it can be a little bit finicky once he starts moving.
Alright, here's our pet check. That's a blind pull.
We are getting our blind pull. Ice Palace.
The worst map to get. And down goes Helmasaur King. Hitaka is probably saying some not family-friendly words at the moment.
Yeah, eLmaGus, on the other hand, is probably very happy that he just grabbed the Turtle Rock Big Key from Helmasaur. So that is, I believe, pretty much go mode for eLmaGus. Gonna be heading it straight up to Turtle Rock and then right over to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, exactly. At 151 and change, eLmaGus has officially entered go mode. Still would be nice to have the silvers, but at least it's not something they can go out of their way to find.
Yeah, he can potentially check a couple of chests on his way up to Aghanim 2 if he wants to. We'll see if he wants to. I don't really think he'll need them. I'm curious to see if he decides to check the laser bridge, because theoretically he can skip it now that he has everything that he needs. But you know, silvers.
Silvers are definitely nice to have when the Ganon fight does take off quite a bit of time. So as you said, it'll be interesting to see if he checks it or not. We are now almost 2 hours into the seeds though, so with the way the seed has rolled, he could be feeling a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely not too happy about how everything played on him, sure. Meanwhile, Hitaka dropping into his Mothula fight.
And Hitaka does have Tempered Sword to deal with Mothula, so it might be a little bit quicker. That was a really nice fight by Hitaka and Mothula.
Yeah, very clean. No problem at all. Grabbing their next crystal, so I'm gonna guess they're, well, those boots. I really hope they think of that K45.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of those caves that's kind of out of the way until you have to go over there. It looks like Hitaka's gonna go finish off Palace of the Darkness at this point.
Yeah, and after that, they'll be kind of forced to go to that cave and hopefully remember it, because it'll be their big key for Turtle Rock at the end. But without the ice rod, there's no use going there, obviously.
Unfortunately, I might put Hitaka in the mindset that Turtle Rock will hold their fire rod at some point. Actually, no, he knows where the ice rod is. Never mind, cancel it.
He might be thinking about the boots in Turtle Rock, though. That's very true.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, that would be so unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm actually just tearing through this Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah, he really doesn't need to check anything anymore. He's probably hoping to find the silver somewhere along the way. Maybe a boss will drop him, or they'll be in a chest that is like right in front of his face. But other than that, he's probably fine doing it silverless.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain with how practice Omega says this should be fine here. And really nice Trinex fight so far. Gets the first shot relatively easily, and it goes down as well.
Yeah, very nice.
Drift in chat, I believe you were thinking of the No Major Glitches tournament. That's going to be a separate tournament than this one. And Trinix just having some red mail for us today.
We'll take it. That's not something you say no to.
Yeah, having that little bit of extra defense is definitely nice to have. Especially with Ganon, you have to get up and close and personal without the silver arrows.
Mm-hmm. I also believe eLmaGus has a red potion at least left over. I'm not sure if he does. I know he used his blue potion in Spy Cave, I believe.
Yeah, chat. Unfortunately, we won't be playing the guessing game today because we do have the big key already. So, unfortunately, that's not going to be a thing today. We can go straight to tower without any worries.
Yeah, sorry. We're not going to be seeing much of GT here today, I'm afraid, other than the Ascent. Meanwhile, Hitaka coming up on King Helmasaur here. Still has 2 more chests left to check in here, but is out of small keys. I wonder which chests they left behind.
I don't recall. I thought I saw them get him, but I'm obviously wrong.
I think they might not have hammer jumped like eLmaGus, so there's at least 1 small key down the hole.
Yeah, Hitaka definitely didn't do the hammer jump for sure. But they did go into the dark maze, though.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so they're going to be grabbing the Turtle Rock big key and their crystal. That means they really only need their boots. Grab that ice rod and then go. Problem is, when is that cave gonna be checked?
Yeah, and unfortunately, as you said, that cave is something that people don't really think about.
We're probably seeing a dip into Turtle Rock here next from Hitaka, as you were saying earlier. Hoping for those boots somewhere in there.
Yep, he's going up on the climb, or well, they're going up on the climb, I should say.
Probably, well, we might see the silvers, which would be kind of a little bit of a redeeming thing for them, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, silvers would be the only thing of worth here. Possibly the next sword, but the difference between tempered and golden is really not that drastic.
Mm-hmm.
Max making very quick work of the tower so far. That's one of the nice things about just being able to fly up it without having to worry about stopping for any kind of chests at all.
Yeah, it's really nice just being able to get in here and then just fly through it. Decides to open these 2 chests, don't really blame him. Still hoping for those silvers, and they're pretty much on the way. 2 more chests that he could potentially check. And then he'll have to do it silverless.
Yep, just a big 20 in that one, so nothing that for there. Let's see if he grabs a Molorm's chest here. Probably will, since it's right on his way.
Yeah, might as well.
And just a bomb capacity, so Looking at Silverless again, not too bad with the Tempered Sword. Much better than having to deal with Master Sword, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are now in Aghanim 2, so just a quick work until we get to the Ganon fight proper. And that's a double for eLmaGus on the first one. Double and a single.
So far. Oh, first blue ball.
And that was a triple. That was a beautiful Aghanim 2.
Yeah, very nicely done here by eLmaGus. Meanwhile, Hitaka taking their trip into Terrell Rock, as we said, probably hoping for some boots in here, but unfortunately not.
Alright, so here is the big pig.
Off we go.
Not too many words to wisdom from Ganon today. I didn't really catch the full sentence, but more of a Ganon philosophy.
Going by pretty quickly here, the first couple of phases. eLmaGus making short work as much as you can. Getting a couple of teleports in there.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about having tempered is you don't have to worry about spin slashes. Hitaka, unfortunately, not finding too much worth in Turtle Rock at the moment, but with everything that we've known so far, we kind of felt that going in that there wasn't going to be too much here.
Yeah, another bottle with a green goo. Nice to find, I guess, but definitely not what you're looking for at this point in the seed.
Now, without silvers, you still need to do the spin slash on this stage. You gotta time it so you spin right as Ganon's about to teleport. If you hit it too soon, you'll put him into a stun phase. If you hit it too late, it won't matter.
Yeah. eLmaGus doing a good job so far, obviously.
And that's our other 300 rupee upgrade, so Hitaka's probably definitely not happy to see that this late into the seed.
Nope. Alright, so eLmaGus gets Ganon down. Let's see when he walks through that door.
Alright, the door opens and eLmaGus takes first place in this seed with official SRL time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 58 seconds. Let's get some GGs in chat for eLmaGus, please. This was a heck of a race he put on. And
Yeah,
Hitaka
absolutely.
is doing a great job on their own right. Just gotta find those boots to finish up their seed. We will see if eLmaGus wants to come in and chat with us momentarily. While we're waiting for that, I do want to give out another special thanks to our tracker behind the scenes, dude. Thank you for your great job, dude. As always, you're phenomenal at what you do. And thank you to Feasel and the Speed Gaming family for putting on this tournament.
Yeah, also a big thanks from me to everyone involved. Feasel for the restreams and SG in general. All the behind the scenes guys making this happen for you and for our entertainment. Also some small thanks to Dude for tracking, I guess, maybe.
Shots fired.
Yeah, me and him, we've been a little bit, confrontational, I would say, ever since he stole my number in the Ganon Big Key guessing game.
And I guess we can give a shout out to my co-commentator today, Herfy Durfy. Thank you very much for stepping up. Yeah, I really appreciate your help. I appreciate you jumping in to help me out with this.
It was an absolute pleasure, and much thanks to you, Dark Falls, for sticking with me through all of this. Please make sure to give everyone involved a follow if you haven't already. Both of our runners here, our tracker dude, of course my co-commentator Dark Falls.
And Herfy Durfy himself, of course.
Thank you.
Alright, I haven't gotten a response from eLmaGus yet, so we will focus back on Hitaka for now. Still looking through Ganon's Tower, Turtle Rock, and that's Powder.
Oh man.
That's probably gonna send him back to the Magic Bat.
Yep, but maybe that'll remind them to go down to that grove and check another cave that they haven't checked down there.
We'll see if chat was correct in the Powders to Silver's call that I saw someone make a little while ago.
Oh yeah, that's definitely possible too. Hitaka using some hookshot strats here, did not take any damage, still at full health, which is very nice going through Turtle Rock, especially with the upcoming laser bridge.
Yeah, that slow walk on the mad staircase.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, those baby Helmosaurs can be such a pain.
Yeah, usually you'd shoot a silver arrow at them, but we're still looking for those.
Scoots by to just get a piece of our first trouble.
Yeah, very nice. Skip for the first one. Yeah, the lab sleeps again.
Janice, we did not check purple chest at any point now. Yeah, the map sleeps again. Not the most creative of pedestal items, unfortunately.
No, sadly not, but at least we knew early on.
Yeah, getting that early Book of Endura was definitely a benefit towards eLmaGus not to check that out. But both runners did clear all 10 dungeons.
Yeah, very true. We got almost a full clear, or we did get a full clear pretty much, save for the couple of chests that eLmaGus skipped once he got into go mode finally. Hitaka taking the safety exit here. Gonna be mirroring out. Yeah, they can't really do anything. They checked everything, so that's it for Turtle Rock.
They're gonna go check their powder probably at this point, because what else can they really do other than check that grove?
Yeah, the powder is really the only thing I can think of, but apparently they're going to Dark World, so that's a good start. They might be checking north of Graveyard, the Graveyard Ledge. I'm not sure if they've been there already.
And that, as someone in the chat just said, he just got that big key to Skullwood, so he's gonna check the big chest.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, looks like we got eLmaGus here. Gonna be dragging him in to join up.
Alright, and with that ding, we do have eLmaGus to chat with us. GG, well played.
Hey, GG.
Hey, eLmaGus, GG. How did you feel about that little seed there?
I didn't play very well, I think. The seed was alright, but I completely misread a lot of things, I think, on my end, so I could have been a lot faster if I just, like... I thought to myself, like, halfway through, that I should go into the pendant dungeons, and then I didn't, and if I would have gone into those pendant dungeons, well, I would have found all these keys that I needed anyways, and would have skipped a lot of locations in the end, but yeah. You always know more after you know, completed the seed, so yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. So do you think, like, I personally didn't really think that you played badly at any point, but I see what you mean now that you mention it. Do you think not dipping into those pendant dungeons was your biggest mistake, quote unquote?
Yeah, because, like, the signs were pretty clear. I got so many keys for ice, and, like, okay, I got the swamp key early, swamp and Keysanity especially. It's like, there's so many chests in there, you want to go in there. Like,
Yeah.
the chances that you find something in there is very, very huge. And I just was kind of like, well, maybe I can just skip out this one time, you know? But no, that was definitely a mistake, I think. So, definitely something I gotta adjust.
That's one advantage that Hitaka had over you. They did a very early play on Ice Palace and got that Desert Palace big key. So they managed to get that quite a bit before you, but they've been on the hunt for the boots for the last 20 half hour or so. They didn't check that ledge.
Dang. Yeah, I thought actually that I was behind when I found the boots. I was like, oh man, that's not a good spot for the boots. You might have had them already, but yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like their missing link right now, was getting back to that ledge.
A little bit unfortunate. Looks like he's now dipping back into a thieves' town.
Oh yeah, I didn't ever do that as well. Like, that was always because that was the first thing in this seed actually, that I ignored the chest and escape, the single chest, and the hammer was in there, and I was like, oh my god, no. And I didn't want to go back to Thieves Town, but then every time I ran out of locations, I looked back at Thieves Town and I was like, should I go there right now? And then somehow I always found a straw that I could, like, grasp on and then continue on, and eventually I in the end, there was nothing there. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah, that worked out pretty nicely. Another thing that Hitaka got hung up on was they didn't turn in the green pendant after killing Blind for a pretty long time. So the flute was, you know, another thing that they really lacked over you. And Meyer also had a couple important things, like the mirror, for example.
Yeah, I was really happy when I got that, honestly, and I was from there. That felt good, and then because I found the mirror so early, and then found the boot so late, I started to feel bad halfway through the seed. But yeah,
it seemed like this seed was a like just a trial of patience more than anything else. It was kind of like a puzzle seed, is what we called it, of what fit where, and just being able to get everything put together.
No. Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely a way different experience to race Keysanity one-on-one than other things that I've raced one-on-one before, I gotta say that, because, like, about an hour in, I look at my tracker and I'm like, okay, I'm going to at least take 2 hours for this, and then you're starting to, like, think about all the things, and there's so many things that could be possible that your opponent could do. There's definitely a lot more going on, so, I was always afraid also that I forgot, like, a single location that could have a key or something, because I was looking for all these big keys. I was, like, crazy. Like, I was missing these 3 big keys until the very end, and they were, like, just, like, in this item chain, basically. So, I don't know. It's definitely... It was fun, but also very scary at the same time.
So we do have Hitaka checking out the magic bat now, getting that powder in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it's I hope, is there, I didn't pay attention for a second there, but is there a, oh, there's the silvers from the magic bat, so that's where they were.
Dang.
Is there a Dark World warp here, like a portal from a mirror, or?
Only the one up at the center of town.
Oh no, there, it's up there at the blacksmith. Oh no, go back to the Dark World, Hitaka. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is looking good, because if they're now going back to bring back the purple chest, that will lead them past the Grove ledge and hopefully make the mirror there.
question is, how many bombs will he drop on the boots before they pick him up?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, judging by past reactions, there's definitely gonna be a couple of rage slashes.
Alright, so those look like they're going to their correct section. And there's the mirror. So, eLmaGus, you get to go to 1-0 in the tournament. So, how are your thoughts on going into next week?
I mean, this time around in this tournament, it's going to be a lot harder to go to the bracket stage. Ooh, boots, neat. So I'm not really expecting anything from that. I wanted to win at least one time, so that goal is achieved. We did that, and what happens from here is pretty much whatever happens. Whoever I get that doesn't really matter. Just gotta play my best and try to go as far as possible.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun to watch the rest of this tournament play out. I wish you the best of luck. It'll definitely be fun to watch more of your matches coming up.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, for me as well. Good luck on the rest of the tournament. Keysanity is, I feel personally, a pretty different beast from normal rando.
So with that, Hitaka does have their boots under their belt. Just gotta go run back and grab the shot, then they can finish off the seed as well. So they shouldn't be too far behind.
Yeah, only pretty straightforward from here on out. Gonna be dipping back into Turtle Rock, finishing up the Trinex fight, and then going straight again in Tower.
Alright, and that's the Ice Rod get by Hitaka, and now just a quick flute back up the mountain, and finishing off the three-headed turtle.
So, eLmaGus, do you have any other thoughts about the seed? Anything that stuck out in your mind specifically?
Let's think. Other than me being annoyed at everything, not really. I mean, this is a pretty typical Keysanity seed that, you know, you want to check everything, you do check everything, but at the end of the day, you could have cut out so many things that you were mad at yourself at the end, so there's not really anything special about the seed, I feel. The Ice Rod in Lumberjack was, of course, also very fun.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't like a
Nothing like
required
doing
emblem?
Aghanim 1 an hour and a half into the seed.
Yeah.
I think you also only checked Lumberjacks after you found the boots, right? You didn't check beforehand? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see more and more people doing that. I think, I don't know, I'm still in the habit of checking them if I'm on my way from Sanctuary, but I feel like unless you find the boots, there's really no need to actually check it.
Yeah. Especially in Keysanity, even if something important is there, that info can also screw you. Like, let's say there's like, I don't know, the fire rod there, but you have to go find something in Turtle Rock. If you see the fire rod is there and you have that info, you will never actually try to enter Turtle Rock. But
yeah,
imagine there was an item there. So like, yeah, I like not having that info for as long as possible, especially in Keysanity. Like in other modes, checking it is probably a bit better, but like not having the knowledge sometimes also helps you. I think, at least for me personally, that's the case. I don't know how other runners or people handle that, but yeah.
I can see how it would like kind of change your routes around and be like, I have to go back here, so I might as well not check this area first instead of going with your first instincts.
Alright, Hitaka grabbing a health refill and then probably making their way back to Turtle Rock.
Not quite sure where they're going at this point. They're going around the long way around. There's the big key against tower for Hitaka.
Oh yeah, that's very important to grab as well.
And El Roof, thank you for the Twitch Prime resub. We appreciate you, and thank you for supporting Speed Gaming.
Alright there. Hitaka goes back into Tower Rock. Gonna be heading straight for that Trinex fight.
Yep, he has most of the dungeon cleared out already, so it shouldn't be too long before they get back to Trinex and finish that off as well.
Yeah, really just an annoying backtrack here to Trinex. The only thing still missing in here.
Yeah, for sure.
So that also means that Buttersword had to be somewhere in Ganon's tower, right?
Logically, you would think so. That's the only places left that I believe they haven't double checked out. And we do have Evan Gorar with a subscription with Twitch Prime. Thank you for your support of Speed Gaming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And since we got past the elevator floor, it should be too much longer until he's into Ganon's tower. Thankfully, he can just dash over the laser bridge now and not have to deal with getting sniped.
Yeah, these boots make it just a lot more convenient to move around pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Randomizer, you gotta go fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, we're down to one head, one more to go. Sineka was not a pedestal steed. Unfortunately, the map was on the pedestal. And down goes Trinex, and now just a quick run up Ganon's tower, and we should be good to go. Alright, and Hitaka is now finished there. It's a quick run over to the other side of the mountain, into Ganon's tower, and just a quick climb. See if Hitaka stops to check some chests on the climb up. Probably won't want to get the seed over with. Now they have everything they need under their belt.
I think so too, yeah. I think they just want to get it over with and just be done. There were enough rage slashes and bombs dropped and pots thrown at boots.
Yeah, I think he threw every single pot at the cave at the boots. So all in all, a really nice run from both runners. Just a couple of trolley items, unfortunately, held Hitaka back from finishing off. But all in all, definitely a nice job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just, as is always the case with any flavor of rando, the routing choices make the difference. If Hitaka had made a couple of different decisions, things might have looked very different.
Alright, so Hitaka is now up into the gauntlet. Just going to make quick work of it.
Yeah, shouldn't be much of a problem. Has a tempered sword, silver arrows, enough of them too.
Yep, and you always get more arrows on the way up as well. You got 60 on your belt though, so you're definitely not hurting.
Dashing straight into that Lamawless fight. Well, the silver arrows shouldn't be much of a problem. Ag.
Two down, one to go.
Oh, I really like those Wizrobe rooms. They're such fun to do if you have the cane.
Oh, for sure, you just have to blast all four of them at one time and just go down so fast. As long as the beams hit.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky here on the conveyors.
Still a lot of fun though.
There we go.
I would definitely much rather play with the Wizrobes in Z3 than Z1 though, for sure.
Lighting some torches.
Really clean tower so far from Hitaka though.
Yeah, doing a very nice job. Picking up the full magic refill here, also very nice. Doesn't need to kill any Helmosaurs to grab keys or open any chests. Can go straight through, get into the Troll Dorm 2 fight, and hopefully not get trolled.
Two quick spin slashes puts the worm down. Oh no!
Oh no. I'm not sure if that counts as a dead Troll Dorm.
It does not. Troll Armor will still be back up when he climbs back.
Gotta be careful where you spin that guy.
Yep, Troll Arm doing what Troll Arm is best.
No love for that chest.
Alright, let's see if Hitaka has equally clean Aghanim too.
Oh, almost gets that second hit in.
Alright, really nice kill overall. Aghanim goes down. No, Hitaka just go down to the Great Pyramid and take out the big pig.
Yep, very nicely done. We're off to the very last part of the game.
With the silver arrows, phase 4 go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, doesn't have to be worried about their magic or anything. Needs to be a little worried about their health right now, but
This was not a pet seed, there was just a map on the pedestal today. We did have a blind ped pull though. It was a Aghanim 1 required seed though.
it sure was. Alright, off to the last phase we go. 4 silver arrows.
Yep, just gotta freeze him with one single sword shot that hit him with 4 arrows in the chest and the pig will go down. And the pig goes down, and Hitaka has finished off their seed.
GG.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get some GGs in chat for Hitaka, please. And the door opens, Hitaka goes through it, and finishes with an official Israel time of 2 hours and 34 minutes on the dot. GG to Hitaka for sure.
Absolutely. Very nice showing here.
Now this is just week 1 of this tournament. We will be going for the next, I believe, 5 weeks, I want to say.
I believe so, yeah. We'll have a ton of upcoming matches for you guys.
Yep, starting actually in about 20 minutes. We will have a quad race between Scooby-Dee, Skipsy, Reg, and Novasu right here on this channel, with commentary by Bees Links and Dude, who was our tracker today and who did a fantastic job for us.
Oh, nice. Switching over. Switching the sides.
Yep, we're gonna make a Dude talk for a change.
I like it.
And Hitaka will be joining us momentarily to discuss the seed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And while they get on in here, I do want to say thank you to Feasel and the Speed Gaming family for putting on the tournament. And thank you to my co-commentator today, Herfeeder. Thanks for jumping in with my friend. Please give everyone a follow.
Yeah, big thanks from me as well to everyone involved, Feasel for restreaming and the Dude for tracking, and of course my co-commentator Dark Falls. Please make sure to give everyone a follow, they all deserve the support. And make sure to stick around for all the other races that are coming up and for our post-game interview with Hitaka.
Yes, absolutely. We do have we do have 5 more races on the docket just for today alone. So if you like Randomizer, between all 4 of these speed gaming channels, stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot of fun to be had, and we have a very full docket for tomorrow also. So stay tuned. Lots of races to watch.
Yeah, there will definitely be enough rando.
So all in all, not a awful seed. It had its few trolley moments. A lot of fun to watch for sure, though.
Yeah, I think this was a pretty good opener for our tournament here.
Yeah,
Great
for sure.
showing.
It showed off the nuances of Keysanity for sure, having keys in very interesting places. And with that ding, we do have Hitaka in chat with us. GG Hitaka, well played.
Thanks, eLmaGus.
So, about that seed, it looked like you got hung up on a couple items, which was the difference, the boots being the main one.
Yeah, it took me forever to find the boots, because by the time I got the mirror, I had a lot of other stuff to do, and there was just no convenient time to check K45, so I just didn't.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. There were a few other things. You got the flute a lot later because you never turned your green pendant in, or you didn't for quite a while. I guess also because there was never really a convenient time for you to route it in.
Yeah.
But I still think you had a great showing here, and it was very well played and a pleasure to watch.
All right, thanks.
Do you have any other thoughts, anything that sticks out in your mind particularly that really annoyed you, apart from the boots, maybe?
Well, it was an egg 1C, that's always annoying.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You checked the lumberjacks right at the beginning and knew right away that the ice rod is there and that you at least potentially would need it for Turtle Rock.
Yeah. And then I talked to the big bomb guy, and he said Turtle Rock was a crystal, so I knew then that I had to do AGA 1.
Mm-hmm.
The early Ice Palace play, that was one thing that you did well before eLmaGus did. And it actually really paid off for you because you got that big key for desert. So that was definitely a nice move by you. Going into ice with just Bombos and no Fire Rod was a little risky, especially considering it turned out to be a pendant.
Yeah, that is a little bit risky, but I managed.
Yeah, you did a really nice job on the seed as a whole.
Thanks.
It was a lot of fun watching, and GG, and good luck next week.
Thanks. GG, good luck, Magus, next week on the rest of your matches.
All right. Herfy, any fun words?
Nothing that we haven't mentioned already. I'm gonna go through it again. Thanks to everyone involved, Feasel for the restream, to Dude for tracking. Of course, a big thank you for letting yourself be restreamed to the masses for both eLmaGus and Hitaka here. It was a great showing and a great start off to our tournament. And last but not least, of course, a big thank you to Dark Falls, my co-commentator here. It was a pleasure.
Yes, absolutely. It was a pleasure working with you too, dear Herfy. Please give Herfy a follow, as well as our tracker Tay behind the scenes, the Dude, for doing a great job. We will actually be turning this broadcast over to Dude to commentate the next race that's coming up in about 15 minutes or so. Me and Herfy will be heading on out of here. Everyone have a great evening. Stay tuned for the next race. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Good night.